Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome back to Orb of Creation. Alright, so I've only done maybe half an hour to an hour of off-camera stuff here, and things are already starting to get a little out of control. So where to begin explaining this? I haven't even done any crafting yet. I thought that would be one of the first things I did, but I've started getting into making some high-level potions. And this one in particular seems to be really strong for setting up spells that just last a long time and do other stuff for you. So I've been using the this spell here to get extra mana. And it also gives cooldown speed. I'm not exactly sure how this works. But if I use one of these with this, it lasts for a long time. And one thing I haven't tried is combining it with the explosive elixir. Now this is going to vastly increase the cooldown time. But I'm going to try this. So let's see, does it matter? I guess since this says the next spell you cast, I'll go ahead and use this one first, even though it has a shorter duration. So I'm going to try this just to see what the effect of it is. Okay, so essentially what this is doing right now it's lasting for 10 minutes. This is an augment spell. I don't see a way to see what the effects of the current spell actually are. Maybe I needed to look at it just before I cast it. Is it going to tell me what the cooldown is? Apparently not. But you can see we're earning a very large amount per second. You can see when this goes off, but I think this was down at like maybe 20k. So this is a huge amount extra, which means that on top of that, I'll just show you another effect that I can do here. Let's see, do I want to use... I'm going to try using an expansion elixir with the condensed time as well. I haven't done this either. I have been using the explosive with condensed time. And now I want to show you the effect of this. So normally it takes me... Let's actually switch to a different potion. I need more explosive elixirs. So let's switch to that. And I could level these up even more. I have the stats to craft them, but for right now, I'm going to do this. So say, claiming it takes 7 minutes to craft that. Now let's go ahead and do this. So we'll do expansion, explosive elixir, then I'm going to cast this condensed time. Now, as you can see, it's now taking 5 seconds. And this is going to last for 2 minutes because I used this. The cooldown is going to be crazy high. But I also have a way to get around that. And in fact, this is something that I haven't done yet. If you look at my inventory here, you'll see I've eliminated some of the potions that I don't think will be useful at all. I thought it would actually remove them from the list, but unfortunately it looks like it just says that I have 0 of them. And you can see because of the brewing, my artifacts are really leveling up quickly. And in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to do the attunement brew at level 15. Let's brew a couple of these. Still fine on stats. This is going to give me times 22 the artifact experience rate. So we've got 50 seconds left on this. Let's just quickly ditch that, switch over to one of these. Apparently I didn't like that. Oh, because I'm brewing that? Wait, why am I brewing power potions? I'm not. That was odd. Alright, so let's do this. And now my artifacts are just continuing to level up a ton. We've got 27 seconds left on this. Let's go ahead and switch to a different artifact to get some levels. Get some levels on this, some levels on this, and some levels on the energized cloak. Let's just see. So unfortunately, I'm going to waste some of the time on this. And of course, meanwhile, I've been... Okay, we are leveling up our artifacts. Yeah, so you can see how these things kind of spiral out of control. Now, this has a 22-minute cooldown. However, what I have is a level 9 heavy scholar hasten here that has a... Oh, it has a 1.6 second cooldown because this is in effect. So I can just cast a couple of these to instantly refresh the cooldown on that. It was not that powerful before I had the Embolden up. That's actually insanely powerful. Now wait a minute, why is it now a 5-second cooldown? Oh, because of my my blast wand. Okay, so this actually answers one of my questions. I was trying to think, okay, how am I going to keep the cooldown low on these and still deal with these high cooldown spells? But the blast wand takes care of that. High level, I'll just continue to level this up, and that'll take care of the cooldown on hasten. My original intention was to use, let's see, brewing, was to use lightning tonics. So we can see a level 15 lightning tonic gives plus 5,000% cooldown speed. But it looks like it'll be easier to just use hasten for that. So with this in mind, that the blast wand takes care of the cooldown on hasten, I'm only going to need one hasten spell. Previously I was using 2 just because it took like 3 or 4 casts to deal with the cooldowns on these. But the blast wand also gives, this is an augment spell, also gives 500% augment spell power. That'll also continue to increase. And I also believe, let's see, where do I have this? Under Workshop, Artificer. Effective Learning gets gives proficiency and capability effect. This is experience rate, so I should actually get a bunch of levels of this before I do another one of those runs. And here we go. This gives base artifact power. I believe there's a couple others. This also gives some conductor power. I believe this is a conductor. Doesn't really say on this screen, not that I can see. But yeah, these are conductors. Let's see, I'm not going to care about Scholar's Wand at all. It's looking like Rhythm Rod is not really going to be that good compared to the Blast Staff. So I'll probably only be using this, except for I'll briefly switch to these just to level them up. Now, obviously I've got all these stats capped out here. Oh, now this is interesting because Embolden drains energy, but the cost of it is drastically reduced. Yeah, this says minus 6,000 per second, but I think that's been reduced a lot because of the, which potion was it? Expansion Elixir. This gives minus 90% spell drain cost. And also, I think the fact that it's constantly being slightly drained by that is causing it to, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Ordinarily, you lose some over time, but if you're actively spending that, that effect isn't there. So I think that's why this is currently being capped. So with that in mind, I just realized another effect that I should be considering is I should be able to get a really powerful, what's that one spell? The one that increases the capacity for energy. I forget the name of it. We'll find it here in a second. Static field. This isn't even considered an augment spell. So I should be able to level this thing up a ton. Crazy that only has a 3-minute cooldown, considering how strong it is. But yeah, once I get my potions up to higher amounts, I'll probably be able to get these to the point where they'll last for hours. And I'll just be able to use them until I decide to cancel them. Alright, I got a bunch of other stuff to show off here, so let's, I'm gonna quickly spend some of my Ceremony and Soul. Those are resources. Let's see, I can't put any points into generation anymore. Let's do potential and discipline, some more potential. Alright, so like I said, I didn't even craft yet. Obviously using a couple of these on the crafting spells is going to be really strong. Also, one of the potions, experience, this is going to give me additional mastery experience on my spells. This is a level 1 potion, so of course once I get it up to a much higher amount, it'll do a lot more. And so I'm going to be able to be casting really high level spells. One thing I haven't figured out is I don't believe I have a way to specifically reduce the costs of augment spells. One spell that I'm going to try out in just a second here, because I haven't done any combat either since the last episode. Momentum, I think, is going to be really strong because this will stack up over time. So I think that'll be helpful for combat, but the one that I'm thinking of right now is Enchant, I think? Yeah, so this gives reduced non-augment spell cost. So, you know what, let's just jump into a different loadout real quick. I think this is all... Yeah, I don't need any of this stuff. Let's just get rid of all this. I'll leave one empowered smithery up. Alright, you know what? I'll come back to this in a second. There were a few things that I wanted to unlock, and some of them require crafting. So I'm just going to do a very weak crafting run. I'm not going to try to power this up beyond... I'll just do explosive elixir on whatever smith spell I happen to have here right now. I mean, I guess I might as well level it up if I have the resources. Going to casting, upgrade spells. Yeah, I can buy... See, this costs 3 million mana, so I think I can afford 6 million, so let's do that. This is actually probably going to be, really strong compared to what I did before, but... Alright, let's just explosive this up and cast it. And then, could have made it last a long time, too. But you can see I'm crafting almost 2,000 of these things, so, I'm not gonna... Let's see, how much does this cost? Oh, right, I don't have any more ectoplasm. Honestly, I can just craft a bunch of those. And let's just... I guess I'll just max craft a bunch of this stuff because I can. Paper as well. Let's see, 2.15 billion paper. Alright, and because I'm not currently transmuting with my condensed time smell, I can't really do much more than that. So let's just leave it at that. The only reason I wanted to buy those, and let's see, this is about to run out. I'm just going to cancel it. I want to see what the cooldown is. Yeah. This is a long cooldown, but if I just throw in a... So I don't want extended. I'll just do a scholar heavy Let's see here. Don't remember what the name of the spell is. Something about speed or efficiency. Wait, why can't I find the spell? Hasten, there we go. Okay, so I just cast that once, and that instantly restores the cooldown on that. Insane. And this has a pretty short cooldown itself. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this, we'll just get this way up, and then it will, do a really good job on those. Alright, so now that I have those resources, let's, go into the Discover tab. There were a couple of spells that I wanted to discover here. We've got Lightning Spear. This costs energy to cast. Okay, that looks pretty strong. And now that I have a few of these, discover this Shock Storm. So it stuns a target enemy. I don't know what the effect of stun is. But I'm wondering if you could chain this to essentially lock down all the enemies permanently. If you could get it casting fast enough. Alright, and then this requires... this isn't really unlockable in this version of the game. What do you know? We can afford the final level of this. Yeah, I had bought a bunch of these, but I couldn't afford this because I hadn't done the crafting to get these yet. And now we have 5 million of them, so spending 15,000 on that isn't that big of a deal. Speaking of, my current space capacity is 6.82 million. Let's spend, let's just spend 1 million of these. So that's about 1 million. Okay, so that didn't have as big of an effect as I thought. Right, because this is just base, and this is already so high. Plus we're getting more from this as well. Alright, but this does continue to give me Elementia and Amber capacities. Looks like I'm going to need to be buying these to afford to continue to upgrade this, which gives me base space quality. It looks like I don't have any way to increase the effectiveness of this anymore. Let's see, Pocket, Dimension, and Urn of Urns, which affects Urn of Holding. Yeah, so I could continue to level these up as well. Those will probably do a pretty good job. Alright, let's, before we wrap this up, I actually have a few more things that I want to do. As you can see, things are getting pretty out of control here. I guess I might as well go into the Alchemy tab. Oh no, I don't really have resources to spend other than Ceremony, because we're not actively transmuting. Let's see. Rituals, Mysticism. Alright, let's get another point into Generation. And let's get rid of the Attunement Brew. Alright, how do I want to set this up? I'm going to get a few levels of Transmute Blaze. Looks like I can only get one more. I don't want to have to cast spells to create Blaze at all. I might leave one on my combat bar. Let me just see if there's other resources or other upgrades that I haven't purchased. Looks like I can buy this. Sure, I'll just get it off the list there. Now when I start a ritual, I can select the level I want to start from. I don't really care about that too much right now, but it's there. So now we just have Lifestone and Aquatic Blasting. I've got Empowered Rest too. I'll get that in a minute when we get some more Ectoplasm. But that is the end game. All right, let's see. Cognitive Mastery. I'm just gonna spend what I can on this right now. I can't get that much, but I'm gonna run out of soul. All right, let's do this. So I need to set up my spellbook first. So let's get rid of these. I don't need those there. So here's my combat setup. I think I will leave a Conjure Blaze in here at some point. Let's just ditch the Solar Flare. Let's ditch some of the Firebolts. Okay, so what buff spells are we going to want? Almost certainly a Momentum. This is going to cause these spells to continue to get more and more powerful. Just thinking about what augments to put on this. Let's start with Scholar Heavy. Just because I need to level it up a bit. I'll come back and play around with these in a bit. I'm definitely going to want... Oh, let's see. So Enchant already gives non-augment spell power. Momentum also gives non-augment spell power. These are both level 1. As they level up... Yeah, this might not be as important. I'm going to leave it in there for right now. So we're going to want to level up Enchant. This is going to give a vastly decreased spell cost. This doesn't have a cost over time. This doesn't have a cost over time. Now this one gives a huge amount of casting speed and cooldown speed. So I think I'm going to want that just to be able to essentially instantly cast my spells. So I think I'm going to use Embolden. And maybe I should ditch the Momentum, just so I can afford to have... Well, let's try it with only 2 combat spells, and I think I'm going to try using just Solar Flares. Alright, so first of all, let's just set up the... These are all... Let's see, this is a toggle, this is a toggle, and so is that. So let me just cast these real quick. So those are going to level up the masteries. Now what I really should have done is created some experience elixirs first to level these up so that I could get higher levels in here, but this is just sort of a proof of concept. So let's go into... Okay, Momentum... Let's see, this is... I don't really care about this one as much. Enchant, I really want. This is only level 5. This is the one that's going to reduce their costs. So I want this to be really high level and really powerful. Embolden. This is the one that's already high level. This is giving me cooldown and casting speed. It's already costing 1 million mana. So I probably don't need to level it up beyond that. Let's just cast these 2 again. And upgrade them some more. So this is essentially right now going to give plus 8,000% non-augment spell power after each cast. This one already gives plus 17,000. Okay, so momentum will be really strong then. All right, let's cast these a couple more times and get them leveled up some more. Okay, so momentum now costs 5.5 million. I'm going to leave that at that level. This one costs 1.3 million. We'll be generating plenty of mana with the Embolden. I think I will also leave this. Let's see, this is going to give me 51,000, and this will give me 10,000 per cast. All right. This is also going to drop the cost of these spells to virtually nothing. Let's see, only 1.31. Let's upgrade this one more time. It doesn't really give me much more there. Alright, so let's see. This one lasts for 17 seconds. This one lasts for 15. We're going to get... Yeah, so we need to throw at least an extended on this. I'm afraid that my buffs are actually going to run out before I can complete what I'm trying to do here. And I'm really thinking maybe I don't need this Conjure Blaze. Alright, so I'm just thinking through my plan here. I need to get these set up first. So we're going to set the... this is Enchant. We don't need Scholar on there anymore. I think I'm just going to make it last as long as possible. So Extended and Dilated, I believe, is the best combination for that. And this is actually going to be a lot more powerful than it says because we're going to use the explosive elixir on it. Maybe I should do the same thing with Embolden. Right now I've got Scholar and Heavy. Yeah, I definitely don't want Scholar Heavy Embolden. Let's do the same setup on that. Okay, and then the same thing for Momentum. Extended, Dilated. Okay, so these are lasting quite a while. Let's swap. I do this. Yeah, swap those. So I'll cast Enchant last, just because it lasts the shortest amount of time out of all of them. And then I'm not going to be using Fire Bolts. Alright, you know what? This is giving me a bunch of extra mana. Has a 6.9 second cooldown. Yeah, let's just go ahead and waste one of these on this. It's gonna generate a bunch of mana for me so that I can create these spells that I want to create. Okay, so we're gonna do not Shock Storm. I'm gonna do Solar Flare just because it hits everything. I think these spells are gonna be pretty strong. Oh, well, it already ran out. I guess I should have used the expansion elixir on it. Okay, so I'm just thinking about what augments I want on this. I need to level it up a bunch. So let's go ahead and do a scholar. I don't know what else affects experience. Let me just create a couple of them like this, and I'm just going to cast them. Maybe I'll upgrade them until I run out of these. Well, now I'm starting to get worried. This costs 153 blaze. Let's level it up one more time. Okay, so this is technically more than I can afford. But if I've done my calculations correctly... Where's the one that gives, yeah, minus 93% non-augment spell cost. Alright, I might have pushed it too far. Let's get the scholar effect off of there. Wonder if I should do... Make it efficient, just to help out a little bit more. Alright, let's just try this. Let's do a couple of efficient solar flares. This is to all enemies and slowing them. Alright, perfect. Okay, I think at long last, we are finally ready to test this out. So my blaze is being generated. Let's go to the rituals. Figure out which ritual I want to run. Let's see. This just gives me income of ceremony. Let's see. I need income of soul. So let's do introspection. I'm just going to get as far as I can in this one to get more soul capacity and more soul income. Honestly, there's a lot of ways that I could go with this, but I'm going to try this one. See, does this have the... Oh, the repeater is a fast one. No, I'm not going to do that one. I want to do one where I actually have a chance. Let's just do... I really don't want to do harmony either. This is heavy and healers and gives me just plain old soul. This is normal and cold. I guess we're going to get this ceremony and knowledge per second. That's better than doing harmony. I just don't want something that attacks quickly because that's going to limit how far I can get, I think. One last thing. Let's see. I don't have any points in recovery. Oh well. So I might actually be limited just by my stability loss. Let's get a couple levels of this. That'll help out a little bit. So now we're only losing 2% per second. We've got quite a bit of base. Not going to really help me. I guess it helps some. I'm mainly taking this just for the flat amounts. Because I don't think we're going to take any hits until we get very late into this. Alright, let's set up our spells, and then we'll get into this. So there's our Embolden. It's not generating nearly as much mana as I thought it would. So I gotta wait for the potions. This lasts 14 minutes though. So this will be ready. Then we'll run the other potions and get momentum set up. And then we'll do it again for enchant, and then we should be able to start. Okay, so we got 9 minutes of momentum. And then as soon as we start this one will last a little bit less time, but we will be ready to go. And I guess while I'm thinking about it, let's go to the artifacts and switch back over to the Cloak of Flames. We'll need the Energized Cloak. Alright, let's go back to Rituals. Here's our enchant. And now we can finally do combat. Let's see how this goes. So I'm assuming this is gonna, yeah, 892,000 damage. How's our blaze holding up? Yeah, as I suspected, it costs like nothing. Costs 5.23 blaze, and I just regenerated almost instantly. And as you can see from the momentum, my spells are continuing to get more and more powerful. Okay, this took a long time to set up, but this has a huge payoff. This is ridiculous. Now eventually, the enemies are going to outscale the growth of my damage. I'm actually wondering if I should be casting... I should actually cast faster, just in case I can get casts in between. As long as this doesn't ever go down, I should just cast as quickly as I can. Alright, it looks like they're already getting much more powerful. I could actually get a lot out of more casting speed. This is already at the point where... oh, we're already up to level 30. I'm gonna get so many resources off of this. Also, it takes them a long time to do anything because they're slowed the whole time. Like, I'm just applying so much slow to them. They have over 100 slow on them, so they can't actually attack. That makes me wonder what would happen if I had... if I had stun. Oh, that guy almost hit me. Continuing to get more and more powerful. 8.8 million per hit. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't have the cooldowns for this. I need to drop this for another spell. Okay, this one's gonna get me, I think. It's 112 million. I just can't hit him fast enough. Okay, level 35. We're getting now 2 ceremony per second from that, 4,000 base knowledge per second, 561 ectoplasm, and 1.5 thousand spectral dust. Well, that was a little bit of an improvement. Alright, so as you can see, we are now officially past the end game. I have a lot of paper that I can do stuff with. I have so many options for what to do here. I am going to consider this the end of the series, but this is not going to be the last episode. I'm going to continue to play around with this off camera, and I'll come back maybe once or twice a week just to show off what I've been able to do. I'm estimating maybe there will be 3 or 4 more episodes left, just to show just how crazy you can get with this. Now, yeah, actually, I've still got a lot of time left on these, so I could just swap one of these out. And yeah, actually, I think that's what I'm going to do, is swap this out for another solar flare and just go ahead and run some of the other rituals. Alright, we can go and get Empowered Rest. That was the final upgrade that we had to buy. All right, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but yeah, so in less than 2 weeks, I think the version 0.5 is going to come out. There's going to be a lot of stuff changed in there. That's one of the reasons I don't really want to do a lot more with this right now, is just to give myself a bit of a break before that comes out. I'm certainly very excited to be playing that when it comes out. So yeah, keep an eye on my channel. We will have a few more episodes of this, and then starting end of March or beginning of April, I'll have a new playthrough with a new playlist for the version 0.5 stuff. Should be a bunch of new stuff, and I think a lot of the early game has been pretty heavily reworked. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.